Hello Scorpio, thank you for tuning in. Welcome, hope you're all well. It's Saturday the 13th of June 2026. I'm going to get some messages for you guys and see what you've got going on. Please take what resonates as always and leave what does not as always. So, messages for Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know? Two from the top, two from the bottom. Okay, we're starting out with the Tower in reverse, the Ace of Cups in the upright, Queen of Cups in reverse, Seven of Wands. Why do I already feel a little bit of an avoidant sort of an energy? Emotionally avoidant, hot and cold, on and off, defensive, resistant to change, to something, fear, scared of getting hurt, scared of opening up emotionally, not letting someone in. You've got a possible new beginning here, Scorpio, possibly a new connection. Or perhaps this is about offering yourself love, emotion. Perhaps it's about becoming more emotionally open, available, letting go of fear of being hurt, fear of the unknown when it comes to your heart space. Ooh, okay, and what do you know? What was that other one that sort of flipped over? King of Cups. Did one flip over or did two? Right, hang on. I'm going to leave that in a minute. The King of Cups might have flipped over, but he didn't come out. If he comes out again, then we'll know. But that one definitely flipped out, and that's the Hierophant in reverse. I need to get one of those camera things, you know, them selfie sticks, so I can point it down to the cards, because I can't keep, you know, showing you. Well, I'll try and show you every card that comes out, but I'm sort of thinking, well, do people want to see the cards more? My setup is pretty basic. Shall we get on with the reading instead of my ramblings? Hierophant in reverse. Non-committal sort of an energy. Also, not being in tune. Having differences with someone. Rebelling against something, someone. Or not offering commitment. Fear of commitment. I'm getting that quite strongly for one of you. But before I assume, well, not assume, it's intuitive messages, but let's delve into the cards, shall we? Why is the Tower here in reverse for Scorpio? Temperance in reverse and the Magician in the reverse. So there's something here that you need to balance and bring harmony to. You're either in a doubtful energy or you're doubting someone's feelings. You're fearful of someone deceiving you, manipulating you. You're fearful of being hurt. Or you're doubtful of someone's intentions. Perhaps someone is being a bit hot and cold with you, Scorpio. Perhaps someone's, all this energy, this non-committal, avoidant, hot and cold energy, perhaps this is someone that you're connected to or someone that's offering you a new beginning in love, but they kind of offer it and then they don't know what to do with it when you go for it. There's some doubt here, self-doubt, that's stopping you from making a change that you need to make in order to go forward, Scorpio. You could have, interesting, I'll tell you if it comes out. You could have some negative thought patterns or very rigid thought patterns or thoughts or ingrained sort of patterns, perhaps family, you know, traditions, family, things that you've been, thoughts that you've been brought up with, traditions you've been brought up with. Why is the Hierophant here in reverse? You've got a lot of majors, Scorpio. The Empress in the upright and the Page of Swords. Communication. Perhaps you're communicating with someone online. Perhaps this is to do with marriage. Contracts, legal contracts, commitments. A legal binding commitment contract, which is a marriage. You want to know something, or someone wants to know something. You want to learn something, or someone wants to learn something. There's someone, you or someone is curious. Has someone asked you to marry them, Scorpio, and you're not giving them an answer? I'm also getting an energy of pregnancy here for someone outside of marriage that your family possibly, well, your family possibly doesn't agree with due to traditional backgrounds and beliefs. I'm also getting that someone is very different from you, Scorpio, and you're not sure how you feel about them because you're not sure if it could work. You're not letting them in, or they're not letting you in. Flip it as it resonates. You'll know the finer details of your story. Why is the Ace of Cups here for Scorpio? Page of Wands. Excuse me, incense is hitting the back of my throat. Page of Wands in reverse, Two of Cups in the upright. So there's definitely a connection here. A love connection, a mutual attraction, a partnership, but something's stuck, or something's going back and forward, or something's delayed, or someone's not putting in effort, or not putting in as much effort, or someone's not being as clear cut on their emotions as the other person. There's something here about communication. Someone's not trusting someone's words. Trying to gain a perspective. Trying to gain perspective. Trying to find out information. Are you doing background checks on this person before you commit to them? Why is the Queen of Cups here in reverse for Scorpio? Which isn't always a bad idea, is it? I mean, come on. A bit of spying never hurt anyone. Three of Wands in reverse. The Star in reverse. I'm getting a possible reconciliation energy. Waiting for someone to come back to you, or they're waiting for you to go back to them. But something's possibly been a bit of a failure in the past, and someone's lacking faith and hope that it can sort of work out this time around. I'm getting we're too different. I'm getting the words we are too different. This isn't going to work. I have feelings for you. I have attraction for you, but this is not going to work. I'm also getting that someone wants children, a family, and someone does not. Why is the Seven of Wands here for Scorpio? The Hanged Man in reverse and the Moon in reverse. There's someone here that's been very defensive, very guarded. Someone here is trying to find out something. The Moon, the Hanged Man in reverse, the Moon in reverse. Someone here is not trusting of someone. They're trying to find something out because they feel that something is hidden from them. Someone's trying to come to some sort of perspective in their thinking, a new perspective, trying to think of things in a new way, but they're held by very stubborn, possibly old-fashioned thinking, thought patterns, ideals that have possibly been ingrained for a long time due to their culture or background or whatever it is. Perhaps there's an age difference between you both. But I'm getting here that someone is guarded, secretive, or emotionally avoidant, doesn't open up very much, is fearful of being hurt, resistant to change. Someone here is quite stubborn and resistant in general. Why is Temperance here in reverse for Scorpio? Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Nine of Wands. Someone here is missing out on possible new opportunities because they're fearful of moving forward. Someone here, their thinking is in such a way that they're very stubborn in their thinking and it's holding them back. I don't know why I keep messing with the cards, but someone's negative thinking or stubborn thinking is really keeping them held back when it comes to love, emotions, relationships, all that sort of thing. There's something here that's a battle that someone's really having to stand up for, persevere with, or a challenge, some sort of challenge, blockage, delay. I'm getting that there is a difference here, or a culture difference, or a background difference, and there's possibly family that are not in agreement. There's possibly a secret connection here. A secret connection or a secret conception. Why is the Magician here in reverse for Scorpio? The Seven of Pentacles in the upright and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. Someone is waiting for someone to come back to them. Someone is waiting for an answer with regards to a possible new beginning. There's something here about money, family, going outside the family tradition. Someone being written out of wills and inheritance if they don't go according to the long established tradition and rules. And someone's waiting on someone making their mind up about the long term, possibly an offer of marriage, and someone's not committing. Why is the Empress here for Scorpio? The Devil in reverse and the Hermit in the upright. Oh, you're getting a lot of majors today. So yeah, there's the Devil energy. There's that kind of negative or dark shadow side energy. Something that holds us back, that keeps us held back. Something that's negative or toxic or unhealthy that we know we need to deal with, get rid of, resolve in some way. A limitation. So there's and it's in reverse. So someone is trying to break free, liberate themselves from something or someone that is holding them back. Someone is shutting themselves off, doing some inner thinking, soul searching, wanting to be alone, to sit with their thoughts. I'm possibly getting here that someone could have come out of a very unhappy marriage that was quite toxic or unhealthy, and there is a possibility of new beginning with someone else, but they're needing time out because they've been through a lot and they they need to have some time for healing before they can start something anew with someone else. There's wounds to heal, scars to heal, and that cannot be rushed. Why is the star here in reverse energy for Scorpio? Seven of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Wands in the upright. Someone is not wanting to take a leap into a new beginning because they're indecisive, but they're not trusting of this new beginning. I'm definitely getting reconciliation energy here. There's a possible new beginning, a start over, or, you know, let's start again, let's start over. But there's been some damage done here to a relationship, to a marriage, and someone's not sure if they want to go back down that road again for it to all happen again. I mean, for someone here, there's just a new passionate beginning. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, Ace of Wands. Well, hey, you know, someone's just having a new beginning in love and everything is all good. Someone here is, I'm just going to say, someone here does not have physical relations outside of marriage. If you want them, you got to marry them. That's for someone. Why is the Hanged Man here in reverse for Scorpio? Strength in the upright, Eight of Swords in reverse. Someone is working and has worked very hard to detach from some heavy overthinking, anxiety, worry, overthinking, negative thought patterns that have really held them back, possibly with the devil energy there, some toxic or unhealthy thought patterns, lifestyle or addictions. And it's taken them a lot of strength, courage, determination to come through to the other side. Well done to you. If that is you, it ain't an easy battle to win. I think if we're all honest with ourselves, we can all admit that we all have some inner demons that we battle with at one point or another in life. And if you haven't, well, let us know. What's your secret? I don't think I've ever met another human being that didn't have some sort of inner demon to defeat at some point in their life's journey. Why is the moon here in reverse for Scorpio? The Five of Cups in reverse, Judgment in reverse. Accepting, forgiving, moving on. It is what it is. Or someone needs to do that, but they're fearful of change, fearful of the unknown, fearful of... There's something here. Someone's holding on to some sort of past emotion, past baggage, something that happened in the past. They don't want to deal with it. Someone's very doubtful. They need to have more confidence in themselves. Stop being fearful of the unknown. Nobody knows what's going to happen. You cannot, there is, you know, nothing is certain in this life at all. That's why it's called a journey. Why is Two of Cups here for Scorpio? Two of Swords and Death in the upright. There you go. There you go. The only thing that is certain in this life is death. Endings, transitions, cycles coming to an end. All that begins must come to an end. And that is an absolute certainty in life. I'll just clarify the last majors. Why is the Devil here in reverse energy for Scorpio? Three of Cups in reverse. Four of Pentacles in the upright. There's going back to the energy that I said earlier, someone is healing from a very turbulent commitment, marriage that was possibly somewhat controlling. Someone is staying away from too much partying, overindulging. There's someone here that had an unhealthy lifestyle when it comes to physical temptations or drinking, you know, unhealthy habits. Someone's liberated themselves from that. Well done. Why is the Hermit here for Scorpio? Queen of Wands in the upright and the Ten of Swords in reverse. Determination, sitting back on your throne, taking your power back, having more confidence, and that goes back to that certain someone that is healing. I don't want to keep touching on it, it's a sensitive subject, but I've said enough and you'll know who you are if I'm talking to you and if it resonates. I'm getting goosebumps when I'm saying that. So, someone is recovering from betrayal, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. There is possibly been a third-party energy in this reading for someone. Doesn't necessarily mean a romantic third party, but it's possible. Because someone here, as I said, was very tempted by someone who was very alluring, and they chose to play with the fire. Why is Death here in the upright for Scorpio? Two of Pentacles in the upright and the World in reverse. Unfulfilled desires. Someone's not being fulfilled, so they're ending it in order to bring balance and harmony. Someone's lacking in closure. Someone's waiting on some closure. Something's unfinished. And someone feels disconnected from someone else. And, yeah, possibly bringing something to an end because of that. Why is Judgment here in reverse for Scorpio? The High Priestess, Queen of Swords. Listening to your intuition, making a logical decision based on truth, honesty and clarity. Secrets, truths that are unknown, that are perhaps now known, and making a decision based on that truth. Someone who's making a fair and honest decision, judgment, based on what they know. Or a truth that has come to light. Why is Strength here for Scorpio? Three of Swords in reverse. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Someone is refusing to face pain, separation, a breakup, something that they need to end because they're not happy, or there's something that's betrayed them, or there's secrets, or someone's not saying what they want to say. Someone's keeping something to themselves, but they're stuck, they're fed up of being stuck in a rut. Someone needs to let go of some pain from the past in order to move forward. And the last card I will clarify is the World in reverse. Why is it here for Scorpio? Ace of Swords in reverse, the Fool. And that was the other card that flipped over earlier. Ha ha ha! So, basically, in all of this, in all this journey, in all this ups and downs in life, and betrayals and happy times and good times and bad times and sad times, and stubborn holding on to things and resistant to change, and all the things that we go through in life, there is always a new beginning somewhere along the way. See that? Just ignore me, Scorpio. I'm feeling slightly I don't know, I'm having a coffee, so it might be the caffeine. The Fool's come out, so let's clarify him. The new beginning. Spontaneous, optimistic, positive, lovely, sunny on a sunny, sunny day. The sunniest day you've ever seen. Why is the Fool here for Scorpio? Oh, the Knight of Wands. Oh, and the Four of Wands. Now then. Now then. Taking action on what gets you fired up, on what brings you passion, on what brings you happiness, new beginnings, on what brings you celebration, harmony, stability, perhaps marriage. What brings you the things that you want in life, things that you need to let go of in order to move forwards to things that, well, get your mojo going. But you must deal with the energy of the past, and you must deal with the things that make you scared, and you must let go of the things that are holding you back in order to charge forward like a Knight of Wands. I'm going to put these into their suit, because if I haven't babbled on enough, Scorpio, I'm going to see if I can extract any more messages so that I might babble on for a few more minutes for you. I'm not quite sure why my tone is so sarcastic in this reading. It's not meaning to be, but I'm getting a real... Someone here has been on a journey. It hasn't been an easy one, but I can feel someone nodding their head throughout this reading. Because after everything, after it all, they can sit and find some sort of light, of humour, of having a humorous little chuckle to themselves about it all. What's it all about? What was it all about? I got through to the other end. I'm all right now, but whew, what a journey it was. Let me put them in. Oh, do you know what? No, I think that's enough. I think that's enough. I think the cards have delivered, the messages have been delivered. And I just intuitively, I was going to put them into their suits, but something just said, that's enough. That's enough. This is enough. You've been through enough. The journey was enough. And you don't need to keep telling someone what they already know. Someone knows the journey they've been on. They know everything that it's entailed, and they know everything that they've been through to get them to this point. And someone's like the Fool on that cliff top, they're looking up at the sky and just drawing a breath of relief and release. I'm going to leave it there, Scorpio. I hope it helped you in some way. Thanks for tuning in. Lots of love. Till next time. Bye-bye.